Hello friends, in this video we will learn how to add the masters for supplier and customers. Many of you might have a question, why do I need to even add the masters of my customers? That could be a case if all your customers are retail based, but if you have any loyalty program running or very specific need where you require to store the masters of the customer, you can choose to do so or you can simply opt out. For anybody who wants to have the master of supplier already loaded, you navigate to the suppliers option, click on add a new supplier and start the process of registering one. So as we can see, the first one is you have a choice whether your supplier is a registered one or a non-registered one. So if your supplier is a registered one, you can add the details. The only difference between the registered supplier and a non-registered supplier is primarily the GST and ID. You can enter the GST and ID, which I'm just doing. Enter the contact details and the billing address. Here it is very important to note that the place of supply, which is the state of the supplier, is very important. Based on this, your invoices will default if the tax applicable is an IGST tax or a CGST or SGST tax. So I'll just add the other details. I'll complete the address details. State is Assam. I'll select the city and I'll put something. And I can also add a different shipping address. If the shipping address is not different, you can choose to have the same as billing address, or if you want, you can add a new address. I'll go ahead with having the same address. I can now add the supplier. So as we can see that the supplier is added. If I want, I can edit the supplier also, but there are only some details which can be edited, and GST and ID is something which you cannot edit. If you want to view the details, you can view all the details, and as you can see, what is the total purchases and payables for this supplier, it reflects here. So currently it is all zero. So if you want to track the balances of the suppliers, that what is the amount that I owe to a particular supplier, or what are the total purchases that I have made through one supplier, you can check the amounts here. So this figure will reflect your total transactions from a particular vendor, and here the total payables reflect what is the amount that you owe to this vendor. So this is how you can track the balances for the supplier. If you want, you can add a new retail buyer as well, but this is something which is not registered, so it will not ask you for a GST and ID, and the only mandatory information would be a place of supply again to arrive at the tax applicability. Similarly, you can also add customers. The process is pretty much the same, and here you have a choice again between a business and a retail customer, depending on whether your customer is registered or not. Once the customer is added, you can track the balances also for the same customer. So just to know what are the transaction or total sales that you have made to a particular customer and the total receivables. So this is how you add the suppliers and customers, and the same will be reflected here on the dashboards. So as we have no customers, it is showing zero customers, otherwise it would reflect the same. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you.